strong representation of this group. Yeah. How many of you know someone who's also tried to contact their member of Congress? How many of you know 10 people who have tried to contact their member of Congress? Okay, now that's getting interesting. How many of you know 25 people who've tried to represent their... Whoa! Hey, Speaker Pelosi, I think you're in trouble. President Obama, open your ears. We've got freedom-loving Americans that will not be silenced. Because what we love is this little document. This is what we love. 234 years ago, some very wise people gave us something called the Declaration of Independence. And that very famous document, our organic document that gave us our freedom, says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among those rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Went on to tell us that government was instituted among men for what purpose? To secure those rights. That's the whole reason why we have this building behind us, why we have the White House at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, to secure the rights that only God can give us. Government didn't give us those rights. And government can't take those rights away. No matter what they say, no matter what they vote, God gave us those rights. Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, President Obama cannot take them away. And you are here today to hold them accountable for their word. The Declaration of Independence went on to say that they rule by the consent of the governed. Are you giving consent to have the government take over 18% of the economy? Did you consent to have government have a blank check for $700 billion to bail out the banks? Did you give government consent for $1 trillion bailout? Oh, I hear you. Speaker Pelosi, can you hear them? By July of 2009, the federal government had already taken over 30% of the private economy. They took over banks. They took over the largest insurance company in the United States, AIG. They took over Freddie and Fannie, the secondary mortgage market, which means today the federal government owns half of all of the mortgages in the United States. They took over GM. They took over Chrysler. They issued pink slips to 3,400 viable car dealerships across the United States. Now they want to take control of cradle-to-grave health care. That's another 18% of our economy. So in something like 18 months, this government will have taken over ownership or control of nearly half of the private economy. That is not what this document and what the founders decided for us. That is not the future that they bled and died for. That is not your legacy. This is what Speaker Pelosi and President Obama want to give you. But this has more in common with tyranny. This is liberty. This last gift that the brilliant founders gave to us. We are getting reacquainted now with this wonderful document. This is a good thing to republish these truths in our heart.
You still have money?
And so I am so pleased that you are here today. And we didn't come just to rally. We have a lot of great speakers that you'll hear from today. And they've called the vote, and I have to go up and vote. But the reason why you are here today is because you are going to take the place of all of the lobbyists that have been going up and down the halls the last 9 or 10 months. You are the best lobbyists there are in the United States. You represent the people of the United States. I can't thank you enough for being here. Don't be faint-hearted. Don't be weary in doing well. With all your might today, knock on those doors and make your case. We'll be back later. I have to go vote now. Thank you for coming, and we'll talk more later. Thank you.